A very good evening to revered Guruji Dr. Chandrabhanu Satpathy, esteemed Dr. Hare Krishna Satpathy, former Vice Chancellor, Tirupati University and KISS University, and founder and mentor, Sai International, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu. A warm welcome to everyone to the book release ceremony of Sri Guru Bhagavad Prasnottari in English. Today, on the auspicious occasion of Sri Guru Bhagavad Janmatithi, we are going to release the Sri Guru Bhagavad Prasnottari in English. Above all searches, explorations, and inventions down the millennia, man's highest quest has been his search for the infinite, the absolute, and the secrets of the inscrutable Creator. This insatiable quest has propelled the noblest souls and pathways that lead to the divine, since man is said to be the deluded God. To augment those bliss seeking aspirants in the astral world of metaphysical planes, God realized souls have descended into human forms and led the light from time to time. And the holy books have been instruments of their mission to transmute the ordinary selves into elevated souls. One such advent for millions of souls lying in wait in current times is our revered master, Dr. Chandrabhanu Satpathy, fondly called as Guruji, whose rare doctrines of India's esoteric spiritual tradition has already stirred millions of seekers across the globe through the Odia title Sri Guru Bhagavat. Today, we are here to witness yet another historic moment as the book is to unleash a panorama portraying the pious Guru disciple tradition. Since Guru is the gateway to attain the absolute by piercing into the unfathomable realms of divine planes, here is the English version of the Sri Guru Bhagavad Prasnottari that offers a comprehensible trail to the seemingly invincible thraldom of God's mystery. The readers will definitely be showered with an ineffable solace only to land on an inner illumination to manifest the self in its true form of divinity. Now, may I humbly request founder and mentor Sai International, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu, to kindly welcome the audience. Sir, please.
Jai Sri Sai. Revered Guruji, Dr. Chandrabhanu Satpathy, Dr. Hare Krishna Satpathy, former Vice Chancellor of Tirupati Sanskrit University as well as KISS University and advisor to KIT now, guests, parents, faculty and staff of Sai International, my dear friends from electronic and print media, and my dear Saineers, the students of Sai International. On this auspicious Kartik Purnima and Guru Nanak Divas, which coincides with the Janmatithi of Guru Bhagavat. The Guru Bhagavat was the first 4 lines of Guru Bhagavat was written on this auspicious day. I pray Sisrai to bless each one of us. Today, I take this opportunity to welcome all of you to this book release ceremony where we are going to release the Sri Guru Bhagavad Prasnottari, the question answer in English. In April 2016, we had released the Sri Guru Bhagavat Prasnottari in Oriya for the benefit of students who otherwise would have been difficult to understand Sri Guru Bhagavat. So Guruji had instructed that this has to be written in smaller story forms with question and answer, specifically oriented for the understanding of the children with the deeper meaning of Sri Guru Bhagavat. And accordingly, this book was released by Guruji when he was here in April 2016. Last month, Guruji again instructed that he had got suggestions and requests from many students across the country that this particular book for the children, which is in Oriya, needs to be made in English so that larger population of people in India and abroad will be able to take advantage of this book. So this English book will also be placed in the website of Sai Global Foundation, which will benefit the children across the globe. As all of you know, Guruji, Dr. C.V. Satpathy, is the chief patron and mentor of Sai International School. The chief mentor of Sai International School. The idea of the school germinated with his thoughts when I used to discuss with him way back in 1995. And from the thought to the first line to be written in the paper, the first line to be drawn, till the reality of the school in the brick and mortar form was under his guidance and supervision. There have been various ups and downs in 96 in making the school. However, Guruji always stood rock solid with me, with the entire team of Sai International, not only to see that Sai International is successfully launched, benefit the children at large, but also largely come to the benefit of students of Odisha in particular, so that they are able to reach various parts of the world to pursue their higher education. And today, with the blessings of Guruji, Sai International has emerged as the #1 school of India. This is only possible because of the blessings of Guruji and with the blessings of Sri Sai. Guruji himself will explain today how and why Sri Guru Bhagavat was written and how did it come in its form. Whatever I have read, till now, the 7 volumes of Sri Guru Bhagavat, which has been written in 34,416 verses as on today, and the 8th volume is still being written by Guruji. And he says he doesn't know when this writing will stop. As I have read the Sri Guru Bhagavat, it covers the entire human life from birth to death, the entire spirituality and religion, the difference between spirituality and religion, the combination of body, mind, and soul, and how it transforms human beings, life, past, present, and future, life after life, the theory of death, how to handle death,
how to find the real guru, who is a guru, and how you can be a true disciple, and how there is a search between the guru and the disciple and the guru. How many forms of guru are there, and how there is a difference between Sadguru and Guru. So as you read this book more and more, you'll understand into deeper meaning of the Sai Katha. And Guru Bhagavat is now being read in most of the parts of the world, not only in India, but also in various parts. And it has already been written in several languages, starting from Bengali, Assami, Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Marathi, even in Spanish. So that's the impact of Sri Guru Bhagat across the globe. Guruji has not only built about 500 temples across India and abroad, but he is constantly transforming and giving solace to human beings and making human beings to perform and to do things which are manifestations to the true reality. Guruji is that light which in darkness shows the path to you. And while you walk through this light, your path not only becomes smoother, but also your journey becomes delightful. He trains you in the most difficult times how to hold the hand of Sri Sai, how to hold the leg of Sri Sai, how to sit in the lotus feet, under the lotus feet of Sri Sai, and put all your worries there and be in complete bliss and smile and do the work in such a way that even the ocean seems like a pond to you. That's what this book can do to you. Today, I know all of you are waiting to listen to Guruji. I once again feel privileged for having been given this honest responsibility, opportunity by Guruji to publish this Prashnottari both in Oriya, now in English. At least Guruji thought that we are competent to do it. I will fail in my duty if I do not thank all my faculty members who helped in making this book from the original book written by Guruji, the original author, Guruji, Dr. C.V. Satpathy. The Oriya Prashnottari was done by our Oriya department. All are PhD holders in our Oriya department, Dr. Baijanti Praharaj, Dr. Suchi Patnaik, and Dr. Rasmi Prabhaswai. And now from this Oriya, our English department has done the present book led by Madhusmita Das, Vinati Misra, Amit Kumar Pradhan, Subhakant Jena, and Bhagwan Behra. So I thank these teachers, and I feel they are also blessed and privileged to have got this opportunity to have given their bit in making of this book. I once again thank Guruji for giving us this opportunity, and His grace will always show us light. I seek His blessings and blessings of Sri Sai for this institution, for all of you, for all of us, and for each member of Sai International, each student of Sai International. Guruji, I will now request you to address. We are all waiting to listen to you. So please guide us.
Om Shri Gurave Namah. Jai Shri Sainathaya Namah.
Many people in Odisha and outside ask me as to why I wrote Sri Guru Bhagavat, inspired by which thought. What is the substance of it? And I will continue to write it for how long? In how many volumes? This is the reason, after publication, it came out in many languages. So far, 7 volumes of Guru Bhagavat has been written in various languages. The 8th one is gone but delayed because of coronavirus. Many volumes have been translated. Assami, Bengali, Kannada, Marathi, Hindi, English. Some people have sang it in CD form, including Odia. If you actually ask me, why did I write, I exactly can't say why I started writing. Maybe before writing poetry, emotional or literary, I don't think anybody plans in such an organized manner. Sometimes the spurt of thought comes, and then one continues to write. I have not read the original Bhagavat of Sri Jagannath Das, but I know about its greatness and utility. It has spirituality, science, society, culture was given to lead direction by Guru Bhagavata, by Jagannath Das Bhagavat, 16th century. I read only Govinda, 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 Padu, Chalu, Chimakaranda, Semakaranda, Panakari, Here, Torile, Gopanari, these 4 lines. Its musicality and way of saying was very sweet actually. This is absolute Odia. Bhasha, the language, and the bhav and the musicality, it is not from anywhere else. It is original Odia. Authentic, our cultural, and religious thought process. It reflects to this. When I started listening to this song, one night, it was a full moon day. I only wrote 4 lines to begin with. Sitting in my room, I wrote. In the 9th letter, couplet form, I wrote, Sri Guru Deva, Pranamo Khoje Patatabo, Tomo Shri Pada Dhanore, Ekagrato Ase Monore. That is a very sweet and exhilarating thought and emotional upsurge for the Guru, devotional. The thought of surrender, it gave it this whole thought converted into a poetic form in a lyrical form. Shri Guru Deva, and the 4 lines. These 4 lines started echoing the whole night in my mind. And for the whole night, I was in a state of emotional ecstasy and a happy state while recalling this repeated in my mind. That can be said to be the birth moment of Sri Guru Bhagavatam. Then he started writing it daily, maybe 4 lines, maybe 8 lines, wherever, and I used to get recorded. Wrote in office, wrote in car, while sleeping, anywhere. But I used to keep a record of it. Within my work I was doing all that. Because when somebody writes something like I wrote, the surrounding has a lot of influence on that. After some time, I wrote the other lines. Anya thamari je khelo, gheroi jagoto jeno, sei maya kheli hari hari, takimo vivarakho hari, shoko daritro hoga tapo. Chanako mana samudre ute taranga akrosore, pratek taje taranga hudayana hoi santo. Emiti lekhila. Those lines started coming later. When I wrote this, it became one volume. Itla Debra Satya used to call, who is my nephew, and ask him to record at night. He used to record. Because they had to be typing. He all learned Odia typing. Slowly proceeded. With it. Another book, caption Gopyo Gopyo, was written. In 2009, it was released in. It is a cosmology and cosmology of Indian in science and better work. But this was what he wrote. I never thought these books will publish. No, I never wrote also for the purpose. The governor for Richard released it in Bhubaneswar. It was appreciated highly by the intellectual group. And yet it continued. If you ask me, when the first volume Guru Bhagavat was to be published, but it actually got published later on. When that Guru Bhagavat, 2-3 books came within 2-3 years. And all that 2 books also got published as literary criticism on this book. Sri Guru Bhagavat Divyanubhuti, Divyanubhava, Hindi, English and Odia. Comparison articles by Sri Jagannath Bookstore, Cuttack. Many people started singing. Guru Bhagavat for me was a pastime, a relief, a spiritual anchorage. Within the problems of life, I used to write, continue to write always. I must admit I had not written Guru Bhagavat anybody specific. I had realized some aspects of Guru Bhagavat, Guru Tattva inside me. As a theoretical as I felt, I wrote that. It exposed my Guru Tattva in me to the outside in a lyrical form. How many types of Sishyas are there? How many Gurus are there? What is Diksha? What is Sadhana? How are the Gurus earlier? What is the karmas of Guru? The name of many Gurus, Sri Ram Pura Prashna, Lokar Brahmachari, were special Gurus who play a special role. I written slowly without any planning, as it flew. Sometimes I write 2 lines, 4 lines. Even at night, 3 o'clock one day, if I got up and I get some lines to write, I used to note them in a pen and paper without switch on the light. Because I thought if I don't, I used to keep a pen and paper and write it down so that I don't forget. And next morning I used to organize it. In those days, there are not so many phones you could call anybody and record everything. No smartphone, nothing was there. I'm old generation of people who love to write in hand in pen. I mean, there's so much of so many papers. There was thousands and thousands of pages of correction on this. I don't know how much volume. I first thought that I write 4 volumes. I think the average of each volume is 4,000. That makes 60,000 lines. I never thought that it will be more. I write if anything flows. But then it continued. Sometimes 2 lines, sometimes 4 lines. Sometimes I got up in the morning, 3 o'clock. I used to keep a paper pen to write it in big letters. I used to keep those in my bed because otherwise I'll forget. I write in big letters without switching on the light. At that time, these modern phones were not there, smartphones, for recording. I was used to. I belong to the old generation who prefer writing on paper and pen by hand. And I've written so much, so many volumes, I don't know. They're all there. A big volume of such pen manuscripts. The writing continued. I thought initially that everything will complete within 4 volumes. So maybe that much thought came to me. How much Jagannath Das had written, Sri Jagannath Das, others. I never compared and contrasted. I just thought as much as it will come spontaneously, shall I write? I thought that after fourth I was writing the fifth, but then not sure. Now it has come to 8. There was 7 volumes printed in some of the various languages. 8 not able to type because they did not print because of the corona problem. Even to speak 9th volume, I've written half. Lot of music started on that. People started singing in 7 volumes. Hindi 5 volumes, English, many other languages in many volumes out of the 7. It is easy to translate those in prosaic form, but to put it in 9 lines with the same number of words and with keeping in all languages is not possible. A language's formatization words are different. Not easy. But I didn't want to do that way. Then CD started coming in Telugu, Odia, Assamese, and many Hindi, Punjabi. People started having internet websites. I think YouTube, much of material, Odia and non-Odia, it has gone to them. Many people, Odia and non-Odia, have recited much of from the beginning prayers of Sri Guru Bhagavad. So it has become a sort of a Gana Sahitya. It's a public, for everybody it belongs. Anybody walking in the street can walk. It gives the spell, it gives the essence, the culture, Odia, absolute Odia. It is about all gurus, not only Sai Baba. Baba's name is there, but it is about most of the gurus theme from time and immemorial till today. Anybody who will take this book and read it will inspire to pray his own guru. Who Sai Baba? Guru Sadhana, Guru Prarthana. He will know. Any guru devotion of any guru, of any religion, will find how to proceed about it. Besides, the all old gurus of Indian ancient, like the Acharyas, Nuracharya, let us say, Vishwacharya, Acharyas, they saved a lot of culture, created Gurukula Ashramas, like Vyasadeva. I wrote about them in history equally. A lot of Prarthana Guru. We have to read not only about gurus, but unless we think about it emotionally and try to know about the excellence, it doesn't work. I go by natural emotional flow. I don't plan this will write, that will write. No. That is how it was written. In addition, Bharatiya Yagya Shastra, Darshana, religious Sanskrit tradition, I have described a lot because you cannot have Indian culture segregating from the Guru Tattva from the ancient time. History and Purana and the Guru Tattvas are combined in India. In some other countries, civilization is possible. In our civilization, it is not possible. Because Shankaracharya came, Sri Shankaracharya came, so therefore 4 bucks were there. If Shankaracharya had not come, yes, Vyasadeva wrote all the Puranas, Mahabharata. These people, their flow, thought, knowledge, combined culture. Today, Shirdi Sai Baba is a very famous man. People are creating temples. Those people who were in Baba's time, their second generation has already come. More generation are starting going. But that Guru Shakti of that time has created all this. That's the important thing. Similarly, our Gurus of the past had done Gotra Dana. Gotra was given by our Guru Parampara. Bharadwaja, Vasistha, Garga, whatever you say. It's like encyclopedia. It's very used. We do not know how it was done, we've heard. Our Kala Vigya, our Indian astronomy astrology, Surya Siddhanta. This is very important for us. Vedanta, Veda, Upanishad, Brahmana, Sangita, how many Puranas, who is the writer, everything. These gurus created. In other countries, by guru, you mean a mentor or a teacher. They don't have a spiritual relation with the teacher. We had a spiritual relation with the teacher, though today that is not there. They're most of paid teachers. All the respect for. That's why we said Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. The entire knowledge of life from childhood to a certain age, they used to get through Gurukula Asrama completely on the tutelage of the teacher, emotionally and spiritually. In all countries, this type of guru, other countries you don't find. Let us say Duracharya, Kripacharya, Vishwacharya, Vasistha, Vishwamitra, all the very famous names today. Today this tradition is changing. The time is changing, so the gurus should change. Because the student's requirement has also become different, it cannot be the same. Even if the substance may somewhere remain constant. Change is social change is is a timely moment. So we also become timely. They did not just only tell Bhagavan and Puran in the ancient times. They got parivartan, change. Those experiments, behavioral sciences that they told are changing today. Nama Guru, Kula Guru, Grama Guru. Many types are there, but Adhyatmika Guru is the most important, who leads the person devotee to God or realization, in short. Whether some society needs such gurus or spiritual excellence, that happens. These days also there are a lot of problems. You can hear from the press or the places about the gurus. Some of them are not correct. And secondly, some of us believe in Guru with a sense of blind faith. We don't know the exact Guru. We were in a hurry. So blind faith doesn't create a good breakthrough. Those types of Gurus are rarely to be found. The types that are found, some of them are not very desirable. So we have to be very cautious in selecting. That's what changing time needs. How the today's children generation will accept the Guru and to make them acceptable to Guru in the proper sense of the term and with the real value is the most important issue. How we will create that new history of a positive role of Gurus in the modern context and the changing context of time. Earlier, we used to sit in temples, do puja, we used to mix with each other, talk with each other, exchange pleasantries, niceties with each other or religious girls. But now Corona, nobody can go. We must learn in the modern times, tell people how to raise their sympathy, good qualities, how to control their anger, let them not be very selfish, try to do a little good to others. Whatever they spend, should spend in the correct way. They should do good work, earn, but then not give pain to others. These are the values you can teach, whatever the change times. How to be more truthful in life is required in a complex society. Kabir was Gurhastha, Rajyasha Prabhasha Gurhastha. They also had girls. Even I Mahasaya Bharas, he two sons, therefore, to be a saint or to be a guru is to have some characters, excellent characters, like sacrifice, tolerance, kindness, etc. Unless God's kindness is there, we won't get the thought in us to help others. Kindness is necessary in bhakti. How to be kind? Bhakti means he gets it from the God and he also gives it. A new theory has to be given, a new perspective, respect of all traditional ritualisms is better. Even many of the sons were family people, that makes no difference. Guru Bhagavad is giving a new approach in the modern times, which the modern generation will definitely understand in case we make them properly understand. They will ask questions, well earlier we are prepared to believe always. But they want to ask questions. Why not? We were agreed with, they always ready to believe. They said no, this generation. Please explain to us. And Guru Bhagavad is written in a manner. The Sai International School has taken some portions of Guru Bhagavad and converted question answers for the students in Oriya. And this is a great thing because that is the way in which we can teach in schools after the education also. These are the ethical values of society, cultural values, which can be picked up, which is necessary for today's relevance. If I tell a student, why do you do this, why do you do that, why do this is bad, this is good, nobody is going to accept it. See the history. Each generation thought differently than the earlier generation. We thought differently than our parents' generation, and these children will think differently than us, the new generation. It is fast obsolescence of thought. In 3 years, thought processes are changing. You see, internet, how much is changing. But within that, what is permanent? Is a human value? Do we suffer? We want God to help us. Therefore, I'm a poor man, I say, somebody should help me. So when working for myself, I should also, I start helping others. I keep my hand on somebody's shoulders. That is the way by which social cohesion would be there, helping will come. If not a lot of ritualism as the people believe. Today in Corona situation, we overutilize nature, including animals of all species. I've written about this in Gupta Gupta. What sort of civilization is coming because of disease is coming. I've written all that. We should always know how much we'll accept from nature, like for killing animals, birds, plants, etc. We should use it as much as necessary, not for hunting and killing people or using a tree and for nothing which is not necessary. We have necessity. Beyond necessity for exploitation, he has created havoc in nature. That is, the corona is one of the reflections. The thresholds of tolerance of the animals was crossed. New disease starting coming. The gurus also say a complete interdependence of animals. Therefore, they are given so much importance to cows, which were the producing unit. So many plants, medicinal plants, there's a neem, burkat, etc. You will not keep, for example, you don't have to cut them down. They are given a religious value. Like water flow of water or civilization flows like a river. From time to time, it goes on like this. Is not an unending process in which one will learn, one generation taught, like the civilization flows, one generation taught, next generation learned, next generation also flew. Create taught the next generation. This flowing of civilization, flowing of culture, flowing of time, so also the flowing of Guru Tattva. If somebody to teach, somebody to learn, somebody to again go ahead for the next generation, this will always be continued as a theme. And that is what the Guru Tattva is exactly about. And then it is this theory of Guru teaching the student in modern times and the student teaching in a changing time, updating the knowledge, updating the acceptance of society, updating the new values to adjust to the requirements of changing time is the basics of Guru Tattva. If each generation mothers do not sacrifice for the children, then their fathers, they will not survive. So whatever you say, this sacrifice is a part of Guru tradition. Because mother and father are the first Gurus, which entail sacrifice at their own cost. We don't want to take for return. We have to believe in the power of nature and God. But if whether we don't believe in God, let us say fully, but we can say that we should stop our ego, human ego, unnecessary exploitation, and try to learn soberness. Everybody has the potential of a guru. Then once one follows the guru principle, he cannot become a guru for the next generation and test this kindness, these values of society and culture, which will sustain. Because if one has to guru, he has to tolerate more. Not only devotee has to tolerate, the sabhi has to tolerate also. So unless he has learned the capacity to tolerate and yet change and educate the student, the next generation will not tolerate. It will be intolerant society. And Guru theory doesn't believe in an intolerant society. Education can be bestowed given by the tolerance of those who are teaching. That's a divine quality. Sacrifice, tolerance, greedlessness, love, these are all divine qualities. Therefore, he calls them Ishwarya Gun. And it makes people, he cannot teach anybody if he has an ego. So he has to have these divine qualities. Of course, thinking of the past Gurus, thinking of what has happened in the history of the past, Sri Guru Bhagavat, those who first came and sang, they are not Uriyas. They came from Maharashtra, Hindi, Punjabi and other languages people came. And they all started liking. Now they are all liking it. It has gone to every language, cutting across type of religion, type of sect group, etc. Even in Punjabi. So it is uniting society in updated theme of survivability and the Guru Parampara in the modern times. The Guru Bhagavata contribution, therefore, is immense. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Guruji, for your enlightening words and also sharing with us your experience, how Sri Guru Bhagavat came into being, and also telling us about the importance of a Guru in a person's life. Now, may I take this opportunity to humbly request Dr. Hare Krishna Satpathy and Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu for the virtual release of Guru Bhagavat Prasnottari in English. Sir, please. So here's the book, Guru Bhagavat Prasnottari in English. Thank you so much, sir, for releasing the book. Now I would humbly request Dr. Hare Krishna Satpathy, Vice Chancellor, Tirupati University and KISS University, to kindly say a few words. Sir, please.
Good evening to all. At the outset, I offer my respectful pranams before the lotus feet of our revered Gurus Guruji, Dr. Chandrabhanu Satpathy, the author of a great treatise, Guru Bhagavatam, and I express my profound sense of gratitude to Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu, the mentor and founder and the patron of Sai International Educational Center, for giving me this opportunity to be associated with this sacred program. I express my gratitude to all the appreciators, admirers, preachers, and practitioners of the philosophy of our revered Guruji, Dr. Chandrabhanu Satpathy, those who are associated with this virtual meet, and all my valued colleagues of Sai International who have been responsible for preparing and publishing the book which we have released today, Sri Guru Bhagavata Prashnotari, English version, and this has been prepared and published under the patronage and guidance and supervision of our friend Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu. I am thankful to all of you for doing this noble work for the benefit of the human community. Friends, we have heard the illuminating discourse of our Guruji, who has narrated the salient features of Guru Tattva, which has been enshrined in Guru Bhagavata. Guru Bhagavata is the magnum opus of Guruji Chandrabhanu Satpathy. He has authored so many books, so many articles, so many papers. He has delivered number of discourses. But as mentioned by Vijay Kumar Sahu, Guru Bhagavata is the magnum opus. It is the unique work, outstanding work of our revered Guruji. Guruji himself was mentioning just few minutes ago that at the initial stage it was planned to be completed in 4 volumes. But then 5th volume came up, 6th volume, 7th volume, and now 8th volume is going on. Dr. Sahu was mentioning regarding the nature and stature of this Guru Bhagavata, the contents of Guru Bhagavata. It runs to now, it runs to 7 volumes. 7 volumes have already been published, and it contains 34,416 verses. 8th volume is going on. It is under preparation, and nobody knows whether 9th volume or 10th volume is coming up, will be coming up. Why? Once I asked a question to Guruji, who is present here. Guruji, you have constructed say more than 250 temples of Sri Sai Baba. What is the mystery behind it? How do you get the strength to construct so many temples, consecrate so many temples, install and promote, install Sri Sai's say idols there, and propagate the philosophy of universal brotherhood, philosophy of mutual existence? Guruji just asked me another question. Satpathy, Hare Krishna, you know Brahman? I just simply told Guruji, I know the term only, but I cannot say that I have understood Brahman. No. Then all right, being a Sanskrit scholar, you tell me the etymology of Brahman. Then I told it has been derived from the root brung. Now what is the meaning of a brung? Na paribrahmana, paribrahmane, parivardhanam. That means the nature of Brahma is to get itself manifested, always expanded, increased. So this, I think, Guru Bhagavatam is not a mere treatise. It is Brahman itself which is getting manifested before the disciples, before the human community. That is the reason, as per its will and desire, it is getting expanded. 8th volume has come up. Guruji is just an instrument in writing this Bhagavatam. Tat swayam yoga sansiddhi kalena atmani vindati. Some indescribable supreme soul, supreme reality, supreme power is within Guruji, which is always inspiring and motivating him to write this volumes after volumes. It is for the benefit of the mankind, benefit of the disciples. This English version of Sri Guru Bhagavata Prashnottari, Guruji has written it in a very lucid style, in Bhagavata Chandas, say, as if we are reminded of the composition of Atibadi Jagannath Das Bhagavatam, which was transcreated. I would not say that it was a translation of Maharshi Vyasa's Bhagavata. It's a transcreation. It's a creation, it's a translation with certain innovation. For that is the reason why it has become relevant even in the contemporary society. It is related to our life, our knowledge system, our wisdom, our culture, our tradition. And that Guruji's Bhagavata, which has been written during this 21st century, yes, it's a unique one. And when we analyze the salient features of the original Bhagavata, this Prashnottari, let me mention one thing. This Prashnottari, some 2500 years ago, Guruji was also mentioning the name of Maharshi Vedavyasa and Shankaracharya. So Shankaracharya, for the first time in the history of our literature, wrote Prashnottari, that is on Vedanta, that Prashnottari Ratna Malika. So Prashnottari, centering round the contents of Vedanta philosophy, Acharya Shankar, although before the composition of this Prashnottari Ratna Malika by Acharya Shankar, there was some treatises, but not exclusive treatises on, say, having the title of Prashnottari. In Vedas we find this Samvada dialogue, and in Upanishads there are 2 Upanishads which are composed or which are disseminated in way of question and answer. One is Prashno Upanishad and the other one is Kena Upanishad. But Acharya Shankar, for the first time in the history of our literature, spiritual literature, wrote this Prashnottari Ratna Malika. In that Ratna Malika, Prashnottari Ratna Malika, Guruji was telling regarding the significance, importance of a Sadguru, the role and responsibility of a Sadguru in the contemporary society. Everybody cannot become a Guru. Acharya Shankar asks a question, who is Guru? King Upadeyam. He himself asks that question and he himself answers, Guru Vachanam Upadeyam. What is required? Then the answer, only in one word, that Guru Vachanam, the advice of Guru, the discourse of Guru, the blessings of Guru, that is only relevant. Then the next question he asks, who is Guru? Kaha Guruhu? Then Acharya Shankar himself defines. He gives 2 terms for defining a Sadguru. That Adhigata Tattvaha Shishya Hitaya Udyataha Satatam is a Guru. He, a person who is Adhigata Tattva, who has realized the supreme truth, is a Guru. First criteria of being a Guru. And second criteria is Shishya Hitaya Udyataha Satatam. He who is always acting, trying, making efforts for the benefit of the disciples. Shishya Hitaya Udyataha Satatam. If we analyze the definition given by Acharya Shankar in his Prashnottari Ratnamalika. Prashnottari Ratnamalika, it has been translated into various languages, Indian languages and foreign languages. And by far, I think the best book available on Vedanta, because of this style, Prashnottara, questionnaire style, because that is the only methodology through which we can disseminate our knowledge. And if you analyze this definition given by Acharya Shankar, then I must say with all humility at my disposal that these two parameters are applicable to none other than our revered Guruji. That is, who is Chandrabhanu Satpathy, Dr. Satpathy. He is the person who has realized the supreme truth. He has been able to write a number of books, including this Gopyam, Agopyam, and this Bhagavatam. It is the internal power which is within him that has motivated him to write. Tat swayam yoga sansiddha kalena atmani vindati. He has realized it for himself. And adhigata tattvaha. And number two, sishya hitaya udyataha satatam. He is always interested or acting for the welfare of the disciples. We are all his disciples. We are all the learners, appreciators, followers of his philosophy. And you see, Guru Krupa, it's a great coincidence that today is the appearance day of Guru Bhagavata, Janma Divasa of Guru Bhagavata. And this Bhagavata is nothing. Guru Bhagavata in 7 volumes or 8 volumes, or nobody knows how many volumes it will be in days to come. It is the embodiment of a kripa, blessings, karuna of Gurudev himself. It is his kripa karuna only. And we are today blessed, very much blessed by this Guru Bhagavata. It is his immortal kripa, immortal blessings, Ashrivadam. You see, Guruji's Guru Bhagavatam has been translated into various languages, as mentioned by Vijay Babu and Guruji himself. When I was in Tirupati, I was also helping Guruji's disciples to translate it to Telugu. And those two disciples were serving in Venkateswara University as professors. And it has been translated into Hindi, Odia, Sanskrit, so on, and Assamese, so on, and Bengali, so on and so forth. So Guruji's philosophy has already traveled beyond the geographical boundaries of our country. It has already reached the hearts of the foreigners. I think now nearly 100, more than 100 countries, they are aware of the philosophy of Guruji, which is a unique one. Guruji was just mentioning regarding the characteristics of a Guru. Yes, Shankar has given 2 characteristics, Adhigata Tattvaha, Shishya Hitaya Udyataha. Then Guruji has added another phenomenon to that sacrifice. Guruji, who is always Guru, is always a permanent and eternal source of inspiration, motivation, encouragement, and energy. Yes, should be endowed with another divine quality, that is sacrifice. Guruji always interested. A true Guru is always interested for the benefit of the mankind, as Ramakrishna Paramahansa was for the entire human community. No doubt, Vivekananda was his specific disciple, and so many disciples were also there, and he had a very democratic attitude for all the disciples. And Guru should be endowed with other divine qualities like tolerance, forgiveness. And I believe that this Prashnottari form of Guruji's philosophy will definitely add to the treasure created by Guruji, not only in national but also in the international arena. Guruji has given a new philosophy. It's a philosophy of sacrifice, philosophy of tolerance, philosophy of forgiveness, philosophy of mutual fraternity, philosophy of coexistence, philosophy of love, philosophy of affection, and a philosophy of Sahrudayata. So, Maharshi Vedavyasa has written one Bhagavatam some 8,000 years ago. And Maharshi has clarified the intention for which he has written this Bhagavatam. And Guruji now clarified the purpose for which he has written this Guru Bhagavatam. Maharshi has mentioned three components based upon which he wrote Bhagavata some 8,000 years ago. Maharshi Vedavyasa. Namastute Vyasa Vishala Buddhi Pullara Binda Yatapatra Netra Jena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajwalita Jnanamaya Pradeepa. These three characteristics are Jnana, Vairagya, and Bhakti. Jnana, knowledge or wisdom. Vairagya means detachment, and Bhakti means devotion. But Guruji, if you read Guruji's Guru Bhagavatam, this Guru Bhagavatam authored by our revered Guruji, so the characteristics are much more than these three ones, including these three. Guruji's Bhagavatam not only deals with knowledge or jnana, it also deals with vijnana. As per Vedic tradition, we have to know two types of vidya. One is jnana, one is paravidya, the other one is aparavidya. Dve vidya veditavya para aparacha. We require some spiritual knowledge, and at the same time to lead a comfortable life on the surface of the earth and to maintain a handsome livelihood, a good livelihood, we require also vijnana, technique, prajakti vidya. And Guruji's Bhagavata deals with both, not only with jnana, it also deals with vijnana. Maharshi Vedavyasa's Bhagavata deals with Vairagya. The listener is Parikshita, but here the listeners of Guru Bhagavata is written by our Guruji Chandrabhanu Saraswati, is not Parikshita waiting for or sitting in the departure lounge to go to heaven. Yes, it is also meant for that. But apart from that community, others are also listeners. It is also applicable to all the students, teachers, professionals, scientists, industrialists, seekers of the truth, seekers of knowledge, and also mumukshus, seekers of liberation, salvation, like a Parikshita. But Maharshi Vedavyasa's Bhagavata was meant for Parikshita, who was just waiting for liberation, salvation. 7 days were left only. And so Guruji's, it is Jnana, Vairagya, and at the same time, Guruji's Bhagavata deals with the Vairagya, and at the same time, Bhoga, detachment and enjoyment. Enjoyment means I am reminded of a mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasya midam sarvam jat kincha jagatyam jagat. Indian philosophy is not against enjoyment. It is not only confined to renunciation and sacrifice. Tena taktena bhunjitaha, underline 2 words. Taktena and bhunjitaha. Bhunjita means bhoga. Yes, marite chahina ami ei sundara bhuvani. Manaver madhya ami vanchi bhar chai. Ei surja kare ei puspita kanane. Jivanta hrudaya madhe jadi sthana pai. शेषे गति नुहे मोर मृत्यु काल मरिबाकु फुटी नाई भवतरु डालरे अछि रम्य उपवन जहीपटी चुरे दिन तोषी विभो प्राण प्रिय पतेंको उल्लासे. My journey is not confined to from womb to tomb, mother's womb to tomb, from Singadwara to Swargadwara. My destination is not a tomb. My destination is not Swargadwara. Guruji in volume 5 has dealt with this question in a very scientific and systematic manner in his Guru Bhagavatam, life after death. What is life? And what is our situation, position after death? A permanent existence. Aham nirvikalpa nirakara rupa vibhur vyapya sarvatra sarvendriyanam sadame samatvam namuktir nabandha chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Yes, let us enjoy this universe, resplendent with beauty, glories, and resplendent with the existence of that supreme reality, but with a rider, with a limitation. Thus far, no further. There is a Rakshana Rekha for everything. for enjoyment of your sensory, everything. Yes, there is a limitation. With that, tena taktena bhunjita. Let us enjoy with a sense of enjoyment, with a detachment. Vairagyena sardham bhogaha. Guruji's, the Maharshi Vedavyasa's Bhagavata deals with bhakti, devotion. But Guruji's Bhagavata deals with bhakti. And at the same time, pariprashna. It's not bhakti, total surrender. If Guru says something to the disciple, yes, disciple can also question Guru, as Vivekananda was doing to Ramakrishna Paramahansa. It is a pariprashna. Tad vidhi pranipatena. Yes, total surrender is necessary. But at the same time, pariprashnena. If we are having any doubts, in order to dispel those doubts, we have to take recourse to the blessings of Guru. We have to ask the questions with an open heart, with a guileless heart. That is called questioning your supreme boss, spiritual master. Guruji Chandrabhanu Satpathy is our spiritual master. Significance of Guru. Guruji was telling regarding the significance. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Akhanda Mandalakaram, Vyaptam Jena Taracharam, Tat Padam Darsitam Jena. Guru is the greatest inspirer, greatest motivator, greatest energy generator for all of us. And this methodology and the significance of Guru and the methodology of dissemination of knowledge. Yes, that has also been dealt with in Guru Bhagavata. This methodology, the methodology adopted by our Gurudev, Guruji Chandrabhanu Satpathy in his Guru Bhagavata, is excellent. It is excellent. Yes, before the commencement of this meeting, our esteemed singers were singing the verses from Guru Bhagavata. Yes, everybody with a heart is bound to be moved while listening to those verses, those songs of our great singers. Yes, that is the significance of a Guru, and that is the dissemination, the process, the methodology, the modus operandi of dissemination of knowledge. This Prashnottari, English version of Sri Guru Bhagavata Prashnottari, is the best methodology through which we can disseminate the knowledge enshrined, the wisdom enshrined in Guru Bhagavatam and the philosophy of Chandrabhanu Satpathy, our revered Gurus, to the entire world. We are grateful to Sai International family. Yes, relation between Guru and Shishya in one of the volumes, it has been dealt with exhaustively, extensively. Sahana babatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahavirjam karabhavahe. Friends, the teaching learning process will be successful. As a teacher for more than 45 years, I can say from my own experience that when the distance between a teacher and taught is narrowed down, then only your teaching learning process will be successful. Each teacher is expected to know the names of all the students, whether it is 64 or 128 or more than that in a classroom. And he should develop a capacity to remember the names of all the students. The distance, the relationship between the student and teacher should be such as if it is a relationship between a father and his son, mother and her son. That is what Guruji was telling. Tvameva mata cha pita, tvameva bandhu cha saka, tvameva vidya dravinam, tvameva sarvam. This is the role of a Guru. He can become a mentor, he can become a manager, a counselor, a supervisor, his father, his brother, his mother, his sister, everything. So this is what the relationship Guruji has highlighted in this and in this Prashnottari. Yes, I have gone through this Oriya Prashnottari also. This Guru Bhagavata Prashnottari. All our valued colleagues deserve our admiration and appreciation for writing. The entire gist of Guru Bhagavata has been reflected in this Prashnottari. Yes, somebody should, yes, we have to read this original Guru Bhagavatam, but at the same time this Prashnottari in a different manner, in an innovative manner, and life after a life and life and life after death. That is a special chapter which has been devoted to Brahma Jnanam. Yes, Bhagavata deals with Brahma Jnanam, but the way Guruji has dealt with this Brahma Jnanam, the concept of Brahma Jnanam, the nomenclature of Brahma Jnanam, in his Guru Bhagavatam. Yes, it is really very, very impressive, very unique, extraordinary in nature. And then after reading Guru Bhagavatam, you will have a glimpse of self-introspection and self-realization. Everybody will be a realized soul. Everybody will be an elevated soul if he or she has studied Guru Bhagavatam and he or she has understood the philosophy, underlying philosophy of Guru Bhagavatam. And the purpose is to bring reforms and to transform the society. Yes, this is the only purpose, to transform the society, and there is a need for transforming this society, for bringing a spiritual change, for bringing a change in the mindset of the people, of the disciples, of the mankind, of this entire universe. There is a need, and this Guru Bhagavatam is a positive effort. It's a concrete, a formidable contribution in that direction, that it can bring reformation, it can bring transformation in the mindset of the disciples of the entire world, of the people of the entire world, provided the underlying philosophy of Guru Bhagavatam, authored by our greatest Guru, Adhigata Tattvaha Jaha Shishya Hitaya Satatamudyataha Jaha Utsargikruta Pranaha, if it is studied properly. So friends, I won't like to take much of your time. My only duty is to offer my Sastanga Pranams to the lotus feet of, before the lotus feet of Guru Chandrabhanu Satpathy, and to express my say profound sense of gratitude to Vijay Babu for promoting and propagating the philosophy. It is not the philosophy of Guruji, I am telling. This is the philosophy which is required for bringing transformation in the society, for bringing transformation in the minds of the students, minds of the teachers, minds of the professionals, scientists, industrialists, agriculturists. Yes, everybody. You see, livelihood is important, but much more important is our life. Yes, now the new education policy, national education policy, wants to focus on two things: life and livelihood. Indian culture. If I am asked to define India, I will say in one sentence: Bharata Krushi Evam Rushira Desha Bharata Varsha. India is a country of culture and agriculture. Agriculture, without agriculture, we cannot develop our economy. And culture encompasses everything. So this is the proper time when we should integrate our education with life. So if we want to integrate education with life, then only we should go through, we should study, we should read carefully this Guru Bhagavatam and this English version of Sri Sri Guru Bhagavata Prashnottari and Odia version of Guru Bhagavata Prashnottari. Then only the ideas, the philosophies behind this national education policy, which has been just introduced recently, it is yet to be implemented. It can be implemented provided we develop an attitude to integrate our education with life. So friends, with these words, once again, I thank Dr. Sahu for giving me this opportunity to share some of my feelings. I have got the greatest regard. I always think that the Guruji is an embodiment of knowledge, wisdom, compassion, forgiveness, sacrifice. He is an incarnation of supreme reality. Yes, and you all feel that. I have also a feeling. I have never come across with such a living Guru, Sadguru in my lifetime. I guess as I have come across with Chandrabhanu Satpathy. Yes, a very simple human being, but something is hidden behind that simplicity. And that is Abhang Manasa Gochara. That something is Abhang Manasa Gochara. It cannot be described in words. It cannot be narrated in words. So once again, I thank all the listeners. I think they are the say real messengers of this philosophy. And let us take an oath on this auspicious day. Today is Mahakartika Purnima, the appearance day of Guru Bhagavatam, the Guru Nanaka Jayanti. So many auspicious events are taking place today, and we can take an oath today that the philosophy which has been conceptualized by our Guruji Chandrabhanu Satpathy, let us take that philosophy, say, to every nook and corner of the world, and let us become an ambassador of that philosophy, so that the real purpose of Guruji behind authoring this Guru Bhagavatam to bring a transformation in positive direction can be achieved. Thank you. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत नमस्कार, धन्यवाद.
Thank you very much, sir, for your precious words about Guruji and also telling us about the relationship between a Guru and his disciple. Definitely, your message, the philosophy of Guru, will definitely reach everyone. Thank you so much. And now, may I request Dr. Silpi Sahu, Vice Chairperson, Sai International, to kindly propose the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Namaskar. Respected Dr. Chandrabhanu Satpathy, Dr. Hare Krishna Satpathy, former Vice Chancellor, Tirupati University and KISS University, Dr. Vijay Kumar Sahu, founder, Sai International Group, guests, parents, and faculty and staff of Sai International, and my dear Saioniers. On this auspicious occasion of Kartik Purnima and the Janmatithi of Sri Guru Bhagavat, I take this honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks. We would like to express our gratitude to revered Guruji, Sri C.B. Satpathy, for giving us this opportunity to publish Sri Guru Bhagavat Prashnottari for children in both Odia and English. We are extremely fortunate for being able to release this book in your presence. We extend our sincere and heartfelt pranam to you, Guruji. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Hare Krishna Satpathy for analyzing the Sri Guru Bhagavat Prashnottari in a very simple and lucid manner for the benefit of the audience. Your deliberations were insightful and enriching. We thank you for sparing your valuable time for getting the book released. I would like to thank the guests, parents, faculty, and staff of Sai International, press and print media, and my dear Saioniers for giving us a patient hearing. I'll fail in my duty if I do not thank our teachers, especially Dr. Vaijanti Praharaj, Dr. Suchi Patnaik, and Dr. Rashmi Prabhaswamy for Odia, and for English, Madhushmita Das, Binati Mishra, Amit Pradhan, Shubhakan Jena, and Bhagavan Behra for their invaluable contributions in writing the Prashnottari for children, both in Odia and English, respectively. Thank you. Namaskar.
With this, we come to the end of the book release ceremony. Namaskar.